In other news now, in the hard-right coalition led by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has passed the first part of the judicial overhaul bill despite widespread protests on the streets. So what is the political fallout of this decision and how are Israel's allies reacting worldwide? A survey says the opposition has gained popularity, while on the economic front, Morgan Stanley has lowered Israel's sovereign credit to a dislike stance. Our correspondent Jody Cohen sent us this report on the latest.
In his election campaign, Benjamin Netanyahu had focused on the cost of living challenge. And since becoming prime minister, he set up a task force to tackle the subject. However, analysts believe the passage of the judicial reforms could prove to be counterproductive and a warning of troubled times ahead. Israel's current 3% growth forecast is relatively strong, with unemployment at 3.5%. However, the tech sector fuels the nearly $500 billion economy, and the Israel Innovation Authority has reported that up to 80% of startups founded by Israeli entrepreneurs in 2023 are being incorporated overseas. Moreover, there are fears of a brain drain, with the Channel 13 survey suggesting that 28% of its respondents were considering a move abroad, while 64% were staying put and almost 8% were undecided. The poll also suggested that if elections were to be held today, Benny Gantz would come out on top and opposition parties likely to form a coalition. In another move, Attorney General Baharav Miara has requested the High Court to strike down a law that prevents the court from ordering a prime minister to stand down. If accepted, this would be the first time the court strikes down one of Israel's quasi-constitutional basic laws. According to the government, the court does not have the authority to rule on basic laws, with the coalition suggesting that Netanyahu was elected at the end of 2022, quote, by more than 2.5 million citizens, and in a democracy, it is the citizens alone who decide who the Prime Minister will be.
Another fallout of the reasonableness bill passing is that appeals against it have been filed with the Supreme Court. The bill was passed as an amendment to a basic law, so the government insists that the court does not have the authority to rule on it. However, I've been speaking with some senior lawyers in Israel who believe that the court will rule on the matter. And if they strike it down, it could lead to yet another standoff between the judiciary and the government. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.